teachers share their beliefs about using technology to support learning pathways in a one-to-one environment. Being in a one-to-one environment increases students' growth at a faster rate compared to those in a higher student device ratio. Good morning. This is my fifth grade team. Today, team, I was wondering if you could share with me, as we're thinking about the upcoming bond and thinking about the upcoming instructional upgrades, that we're going to have some collaborative conversation about, and we've already had some, and also sharing with our community and also hearing about their thoughts about how we should move forward with our instructional upgrades. Can you share with us a little bit about technology as we took the survey as a staff? Can you tell me why you think that's important for our students and community and for you as teachers?
Sure. I think that having the one-to-one iPads allows for so much. Number one, it allows us to go beyond our 4 classroom walls. It allows for students to become more active learners and less passive learners. They're responsible for how they show us what they know. They can make a movie, they can make a slideshow, they can write it on paper. There's a lot of different opportunities for students to become more actively engaged in their learning.
Thank you.
And with all the different types of apps that we have on the iPad, we can reach different ways of learning for different students, but also different needs. Not everybody needs the same thing, so it's a great way for differentiation. They also have a lot of choice, which we know is very motivating and engaging for students when they have a lot of choice. And it's just a part of their world right now, and it's kind of happens naturally. So, but we see the excitement of their learning because of the way they can access things so quickly. It's an instant access to resources.
And I can give an example. In math, we use the app Front Row, and it really has the students take a pre-test, and it really puts them right at their level, and it really encourages them to grow. If they don't get something, they don't understand a problem, it shows them a video, it gives them an example by reading it to them. It also tells them another person in the classroom that they can use as a resource to go talk to.
So collaboration, it supports collaboration, it's
exactly.
huge.
So it's really great. Plus, it really gives engagement. The students are really involved because after they reach a certain level, they get to move up, and they want to move up that ladder and see that they're growing in their learning.
Hi, fifth grade team. If you could please share with me your thoughts, your feelings about how do the iPads support your instructional moves?
Well, I think that the iPads will never replace a good teacher. That's not the role of the iPads. The role of the iPad is just to allow students many opportunities that we sometimes can't provide on the fly. They get immediate feedback. Again, they can expand their learning outside of our walls. I'd love to be an expert on heart surgery, but I'm not. So they can Skype with a heart surgeon. They can talk to NASA scientists. It just provides opportunities that I cannot in the classroom.
And have your students had that opportunity to Skype anyone from NASA or a heart surgeon or anything like that?
Yeah, 4th grade I believe 2 years ago, Skyped with NASA, and then we had students emailing a heart surgeon to answer questions that they had about the human body.
Excellent.
And in the past, I've done that as well. We've had our students Skype with a marine biologist about the ocean.
Nice that they can, like Nicole had mentioned about making movies and everything like that. It helps us as a teacher to be able to have immediate gratification, if you would say, to be able to show their work immediately on the board, because they can just Apple TV it and put it right up there, and you can hear them and see it, and it's happening right away instead of just sitting over there in the corner of a room. Everyone's engaged with being able to see it right away.
They're not writing a letter to the marine biologist and waiting 6 weeks or maybe till school is out, and then they get a letter back saying thanks for your letter.
Right.
We don't really know who wrote that letter. the actual person. So.
Great, thank you.
At Cherry Drive Elementary, we're dedicated to helping educate and nurture 21st century learners. We're lucky enough to have iPads to do this. It allows our students to be creative and flexible with their learning and work cooperatively together outside of pen and paper. We know in the past we've seen kids contribute to work and group projects as well as individual projects. And as soon as we put technology in their hand, like certain apps on the iPad and smart boards, they're able to go far above and beyond what they've done in the past. It's imperative to our moving forward in the future that we continue to have these great technological resources that not only engage our students in their own learning as well as help them collaborate with peers, but also help them to be learning what they need to know as they continue on through school and stuff that they will use in their adult lives.
We think technology is an important tool at Cherry Drive for many reasons, but one of them, the iPad especially, helps our kids stay organized. We utilize an app called NoteShelf. Instead of having our students try to keep track of a ton of different papers in all of our different subjects, NoteShelf helps them to organize their thinking, and also it lets them edit their thinking in a way that paper and pencil can't. They can record on it, they can edit drawings, they can insert graphs and pictures, and it really helps them explain their thinking and see their thinking in new ways, as well as keeping them organized and giving them a space to create work.
In this fast-paced world, and with all the students are expected to learn and produce at the end of each year, engagement can be sacrificed. We have seen students not only succeed, but also exceed expectations because of all the engaging ways that they show their learning through technology.
At Cherry Drive Elementary, we have grown over the past years through the process of becoming a one-to-one iPad learning environment. We've seen our staff and students grow from utilizing the iPad to substitute traditional modes of education to a more transformative use of the iPad, supporting both teaching and learning. We've seen this through the increased collaboration among staff, K through 5, among staff and students, and within our parent community. Students and teachers are developing critical thinking and problem-solving strategies in new ways, as well as students are documenting their learning in a variety of creative ways due to the introduction of the iPad as an instructional tool at Cherry Drive Elementary. Also, due to the introduction of the iPad, students are becoming very empowered and self-sufficient learners, utilizing the iPad as a learning tool as they navigate the various content and curriculum standards that they encounter in their classrooms. Cherry Drive teachers are currently gathering and disaggregating student MAPS achievement data to determine the effectiveness of the iPad being used at home over the summer months. All of our initial findings are leading towards a decrease in student regressions over these months as reflected in their MAPS scores. Technology is providing students with access to a tool that can support their learning in a variety of ways. As well, this tool is providing a platform for students to document their learning processes in creative and unique ways. Utilizing an MDM, a mobile device management software system, teachers and staff at Cherry Drive Elementary have the ability to limit student iPads to content that is appropriate for each student, as well as age level appropriate content, so that our students are learning proper ways to protect themselves while using a tool such as an iPad. Utilizing software like Common Sense Media and Safe to Tell apps, our students are learning to become safe users of technology and the internet. Our teachers continue to support our students in learning these programs to better support themselves.